We are here tonight for the Beacons presentation evening. I'm talking with Steph Towns. Steph, it was a good season for the Beacons in the Elite League. Ultimately, though, finishing bottom means relegation to the Premier League, but there was a lot of highlights, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a brilliant campaign, and I think it was something that we went out and said we've just got to enjoy this, take the opportunity to be in that league. Because before that when we knew we were being promoted, there was a few ups and downs of whether we were or we weren't. So we just said, look, we've got to take this opportunity, enjoy it. Of course, we got quite a few wins out of it, which was massive. Because to be honest, we didn't really set any goals in terms of the amount of wins and things like that. But just as a team coming together and really enjoying hockey and putting a bit of a showcase on, I think we did deliver that.
Yeah, obviously the likes of Solihull and the Queen Bees were kind of in a league of their own at times, but we beat the other teams there, and particularly the memorable one was down at Guildford, beating the Lightning just a couple of weeks before they were crowned playoff champions.
Yeah, that was a great game, and it was something that just everyone was really elated at the end of the game. You can see even some of the pictures, it was just arms up, we're totally buzzing. We kind of knew what we're going into with the next few games in terms of we're potentially going down, but that was a big win. Just I think it was because it was the end of the season, everyone was just reflecting back on the journey we'd had, and we knew we just had to go out there, kind of all or nothing. Of course, Guildford were missing a few key players, but they're still a strong squad in whatever roster combination they have. But just to get a win from that was a really good feeling.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Looking ahead to next season, it's confirmed we are going to be in the Premier League. So it means that I guess we can build confidence back up, getting wins every week rather than suffering heavy defeats against some of the top teams. But, we should be favourites to come straight back up, shouldn't we?
Yeah, that's the aim that we're going to set, and that's the tone we're going to present to the squad. Whether we get some new players in, retain some old. Of course, we're losing Casey Trail after having a hip operation, so that is a big blow. However, she's still going to be supporting the team throughout, but we are going to be ruthless this season. That is the absolute aim. We need to get back in that top flight to prove that we can, but also from a more development point of view, is that we want to be the hub in the north for especially Scottish girls and Whitley Bay, Billingham girls to have a place to play elite level hockey to get to the next step. So it's almost like a few of us are stepping back a little bit in terms of we need to make that the hub for others to come through. It's not necessarily just about us and our personal goals, but more so to have a total hub of hockey for the north, and that is absolutely what we're going to do next season.
Yeah, becoming like a northern powerhouse. Despite a lot of difficult games last season, the team spirit and just the happiness and the smiles on players' faces was what really struck me. Was it's not always going to go our way, but that team spirit was always there.
Yeah, of course. I think it's just the resilience you have to have. We knew exactly what we were going into at the start. We suffered some heavy defeats against like the amazing squad that Solihull have, of course Bracknell as well, but it was nothing where we were down and out about it. We knew what we're coming up against. Of course, every single player in the league we're almost friends with, really, through just mutual hockey and GB, etc. So we knew what we were going into, but it was something that we enjoyed throughout, even on those big defeats. But it was having that culture of resilience and knowing that we are just on a bit of a journey, and whatever happens next, we just have to do it together.
Now, looking at the Division 1 team, you coached that team and got to the playoffs in the first season, and that went really well.
Yeah, that's been brilliant, and that was a personal goal set for them. I mean, we kind of did say at the start, we're going to win this, we want to get to playoffs. We had a lot of girls in that squad, which was why it was formed, who it was their first season of proper competitive hockey. It's some of the first tournaments and playoff style things that they'd even attended. So we said that really we wanted to make sure that some were senior players and more experienced ones came through, so that we could get to that point of playoffs to have players experience that, so that they can keep coming back and enjoying that experience. But it was a fantastic campaign, and something I certainly can't take full credit for. We've got a great team of coaches and staff and captains that totally bring that on, but I am personally proud to see that was the end result.
Yeah, and it was, as you say, it was great that I made the playoffs. And really next season, again, something to aim for and try and maybe improve and go one step further.
Yeah, that again, that is the aim. We're going to build on that. We're retaining most of the core squad, and we're always open to new players as well to experience that. In a sense, we're kind of glad that we are staying in Division 1, just so we can have another season to get our feet under the table a little bit, to recruit a bit more and just have people fall into place a bit. But also that the league's going to be a bit bigger as well, so there'll be more games, more competition. But ultimately, that is our aim to smash it again and get to playoffs and hopefully take that trophy.
And the third team, as part of our stable here at Whitley Bay Women's Ice Hockey, is the under-16s team. And again, it was their first year playing at that level. A lot of the players were very young on that age scale compared to, say, the likes of Kingston, who went to the final and the playoffs. So that's a team, again, that's only going to get better and better, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And there is a massive future in that squad. And there's even girls that came in sort of halfway through the season, towards the end, that were signing up for girls hockey in general. So for some of them, it was their first game ever of competitive hockey. So there was a lot of new things that were cropping up. But in terms of the future, it is very much bright. And as I said before, we want the North and Whitley Bay to be an absolute hub for women's hockey. And I do feel like we are achieving that, but it is only the start. So I'm just excited to see what we can see in the future, especially some of our key players, Ruby, Evie, Heidi, Holly, those players that are coming through that have just absolute raw talent that I know for a fact in a few years' time they'll be pulling on GB, England shirts. And I think that's a bit that is most exciting.
It really is, and the future looks very bright for women's ice hockey in Whitley Bay. Well, thank you for talking with us, Steph, and good luck for next season. I'm already looking forward to it, and I'm sure all our viewers will be as well.
Yep, thank you very much.